to another trade breakdown. Today we're going over a loss. I know you guys sometimes ask, why doesn't she post her losses? Where are her losses? Go look, they're there. They just so happen to not be as popular. People don't care as much about your losses as they do of your $50,000 trade, $30,000 trade. The losses are there. They are documented. We are looking at our second loss of the year. All right, my friends, you're in for a treat. We're in a great mood tonight on our trade breakdown session. We'll be going over a loss today. Cheers. Oh, and we're going over a beautiful loss. A small one at that. So far, we're looking at $122,748 in 7 trades. So exciting. So this is what we're looking at. These are all of the trades so far this year. Now, you might be wondering, what is this insane platform that she's using to give her all of these incredible stats? It's called TradeZella. This is where I have connected or synced my brokerage account. The reason why I show you my TradeZella is because my brokerage account doesn't give me incredible stats like this. All that you guys get to see from my brokerage, which we'll get into in just a moment when I share my broker statement from TradeStation, which is a verified regulated broker in the US. So now to replicate these kind of stats, that takes a different kind of beast. That's going to take yourself. That's not something you can just buy. But what you can buy is this platform that will allow you to sync your brokerage account, and every single trade that you place will get put into this pool of data to where you get to see your profit factor, your win percentage, your average win to loss, even a special score put together by TradeZella that combines your win percentage, your profit factor, recovery factor, max drawdown, consistency, all of the above, and then comes out with this beautiful score here at the bottom. You'll hit the link in the description below to access TradeZella, and then to get a discount, you'll enter code TORI20 to get 20% off of the year, or if you decide to take the monthly route and not do a year, which obviously is a much better deal. And if you're really in for trading for the long run, you should be looking at this for years to come. So go ahead and pay for the year. But if you're just not super certain, you still want to try out the platform, then use the monthly and you'll get 10% off if you enter code TORI10. But now let's get into it. So we're looking at 83.18% for the year. Now, before I get into the actual specifics of the trade, this $7,000 loss, let's go through my broker statements to make sure that you guys understand that everything I'm doing is verified. These are real results, real trading, a real brokerage, and a regulated brokerage at that. Here in the US, it's called TradeStation. So let's go ahead and look that up. If you are interested in also trading futures, and TradeStation has sparked your interest, if you enter tradestation.com/Tori, you will get up to $3,500 on TradeStation. Now, it'll be dependent on how much you deposit, but you'll get cash back in your account to trade additionally. So just enter tradestation.com/Tori. What's funny is you guys probably could care less that I'm showing you a brokerage statement of a loss. You're like, we don't need proof of your loss, but I'm going to do it anyways. All right, guys, now this will be a little different than what you're normally used to. When I show my broker statements, I will usually show you guys the monthly broker statement. But since we're still in the middle of the month, I'm going to show you the daily statement. So I'll show you the statement for this specific trade. Now, at the end of March, I'll go through and do an entire March review, show you guys my monthly March statement. But since we're still in the month of March, I can't show you the entire statement yet. It hasn't been submitted. But I will show you guys the daily. This is the futures count. This is the statement for March 6th on the day that I took this loss. I haven't seen a daily statement in a very long time, so I'm trying to understand this just as much as you guys are. Oh, okay, here we go. Here is the gross. This is what we're looking for. Now, you guys might be able to interpret this better than I can, but this is the number that we're looking for here, is the gross profit or loss. So this was the $7,920 loss right here on that daily statement. The commissions were $15, the clearing fees were $32, the NFA fees were 4 cents, I guess. Total commissions, 47 total. And then this is what we're looking at, the gross profit and loss. A loss of $7,900. So the beginning balance was $350, and we're looking at an ending balance of $342,806. Let's break it down. Let's see. So this will be an easy one. There's nothing very special about this trade. This was a loss by the book, and even so, it was an A+ setup. So even though the stars aligned and I was presented with a beautiful setup, this still ended up not working out. So if you can understand, there's going to be many times where you get into a trade, everything aligns. It is A+, 3 touch points, we got a break, low risk, more than a week's worth of data, and it still doesn't work out. I'm prepared for that every time, every trade. So let's break it down. Let's get into it. I'm trading platinum and I'm trading 20 contracts. How much does that cost me? Now, you guys might be looking at the adjusted cost here and think, wow, it cost Tori $1 million almost to hold this position. The answer is no, it does not. This is margin. I get leverage. To trade 20 contracts of platinum, cash required in my account is $66,000. Now, one thing that I want you guys to understand, that's not how much I'm risking. Some of you guys maybe already understand it, you get it, but for the newbies that don't quite understand it, think of it like buying a house or buying a car. That car costs $66,000. The car is not going to just evaporate or disappear. You still have the car. Now, yes, the market conditions may change. People might not be as interested in that car. Maybe a few years from now, it kind of depreciates and it's not as valuable, but you don't lose the car. You still got the car. So when you're ready to sell it, you will either make more if market conditions, maybe it's a vintage car, maybe people are really starting to love the car, people are looking for it, it's hard to find, so then you actually make more money on top of what you took to invest it, or market conditions go down, you drove it a little bit and it's depreciated, so you've lost some money, but you still have the car. So that $66,000 that it cost for me to hold that position, I still have. So it's only going to be dependent on if the market goes up or down that I lose some or make some. So in this scenario, it cost me $66,000 to hold this position, and then the markets went down. I lost $7,900. And then the remaining, I got back. So if we can understand that's how much the position cost me, but that's not how much I'm willing to risk. So the risk on this trade was $7,954, and that's exactly how much I lost. So now let's break it down. Okay, so this is the playbook that I have for this specific trade here. The first one we always have to go over. Are markets currently trending? I don't want to enter a position if we're in consolidation. I want us to either break out or be in a current trend. We are currently in a downward trend. Beautiful trend. We're going to go ahead and select that. All right, now the entry criteria. Why did I get into this trade? All three of these need to be met when entering a position. Does the trend line have 3 touch points? 1, 2, we'll consider this 3, even though many of the candles hit. 3 touch points. Yes, we're going to go ahead and check this one off. All right, was this a low-risk setup? And then I've even got in parentheses here, what does that mean? Is the price close to the safety line? The safety line is this upward line here. When we got a break, the price was very close to the safety line. So this is a low-risk setup. If the price doesn't work out, I'm going to know pretty quickly and with a small loss. So we're going to go ahead and check that one off. And then the last entry criteria. Does this trend line have over a week's worth of data? So we are looking at Wednesday, February 12th was the point A, or the first touch point of this downward trend line. Coming up to real-time data, we're looking at March 4th. Absolutely, we've got a week's worth of data. Let's go ahead and check that box off. Now, we've gone over entry criteria. We've got a break of a downward trend line. We took a long position here. And then we just moved completely sideways, broke the safety line, and I took this loss. So now let's figure out, did I exit this trade according to the playbook? Exit criteria, was support and resistance hit, or was the safety line crossed? We can go ahead and select this box because my safety line was crossed. If the price continued up along this new upward green trend line, I'd be making money. I'd be feeling good. I'd be happy, but it simply didn't. Price ended up just moving sideways through my safety line, indicating to close my trade. So we can go ahead and select that box. All right, easy enough, fair enough. And that right there is my 3 touch point trend line break. All the stars aligned, all entry criteria was met, it just didn't work out. This was just a moment where the price of platinum decided to move sideways. We got some consolidation. Now, did I know we were going to be consolidation? No, but when price crosses my safety line, it's my first indication that we're not trending and that we may be either creating a reversal, continuing down, or we're just moving sideways through it. And that's exactly what it did. It just continued to move sideways. So I'm happy that I was able to close this trade with a $7,000 loss and not be tossed back and forth in this consolidation. I am a trendline trader. I excel when the markets trend. When we're in consolidation, I get tossed back and forth because I don't know which trend or which direction it's going to take. So when I can stand aside and wait for price to stop consolidating and then get into my position, that's when I excel. We can go through the running profit and loss, and you guys can kind of get a visual idea of when I'm up, when I'm down, when price is consolidating, when it's moving sideways, and you're in this 4-hour time frame and it's fairly excruciating. You can see upon entry, we're down 250. That very well could just be because of spread. Then we're up 3,000. We're up 5,000. I was up $7,350 on this trade. And then we started to roll over. Now we're only up 1,800. Then we're up 4,000 again. Then we're down to break even. Now I'm losing $50 on this trade. All right, we're up 1,350. $500, $1,000, and we're down yet again. 1,600. So just excruciatingly slow movement. Then finally we were up again. 6,850 this time. And then bar after bar after bar slowly started to go and draw down. And then here we go. Down 4,000, down 6,000. Boom. Stop loss hit. 7,920. Deal's over. Safety line crossed. Time to close this trade. I'm going to go ahead and give this trade a 5-star rating. Even though it was a loss, it could not have been any more by the book. This was a beautiful loss. These are losses that I'm proud of. The loss was tangible, it was mitigated, it was small, it was digestible. None of those are the words I'm looking for, but it was a loss by the book. It was a low risk setup here. So I'm giving this a 5-star rating. The entry criteria, everything met all of the plan, all of the strategy. This was just a scenario where it didn't work out. Okay, so we have gone over, first of all, the proof of the trade, even though I know it's a loss. You guys probably don't care. But we went through the daily statement of my TradeStation account. We went through my trading journal here in TradeZella. And then we also went over the trade itself, and I showed you guys how much the position cost me, how much I lost. But I will say either way, this was an excellent loss. This was a great trade. By the book, a loss that I am proud of. Some I'm not as proud of. The first loss that I took this year, it was more than I would have liked, and I held a little bit past where I would have liked to. And the trade itself was a new instrument, and not something that I'm used to trading, so wasn't in love with that one. This one, I'm in love with. I'll shout it from the rooftops. $7,954 I lost down, but it was a great trade. All right, guys, so that's it. We're here. 83.18%, 7 trades for the year. We're in March. We still got a long way to go. If you guys want to learn how to take a by-the-book loss, learn how to mitigate your risk, know what a good loss looks like, join my community in the link below. We go over live trading twice a day. We do the New York session, we do the Asian session. I think we might slowly be starting to incorporate the London session, but stay tuned, I'm not super sure on it. We've got daily trade ideas that are posted with full breakdowns, screenshots of how your chart should be marked up with explanations to each instrument. You guys have access to me in the Discord. Tag me anytime you have a question. I will be there and I will be responding. And this cool feature, which I don't want you guys to confuse at all with signals. I do not offer signals. I teach how to trade so that you guys can make the decision yourself. But I do have this really cool feature in my Discord where you guys can get my trendline alerts. The same alerts that I get on my trend lines gets pushed to the Discord channel so that you guys get to see the alerts as well. And on top of everything, you get access to an incredible community. I love every single student in that community in my Discord. Incredibly supportive. We're all trading the same system, the same strategy. We've got the same psychology. And if someone has an issue, there are many others that have the issue as well, or that they've gone through it already, and they can help walk you through the steps to overcome that. So thank you guys for joining my video today. I know it wasn't a crazy in-depth one, but this was a great loss, one that I'm proud of. And I hope that you guys have great losses as well. Losses are inevitable. You just want to have losses that are small, that are mitigated, that you're proud of, that are by the book. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. I'm going to continue to jamming out to Hadaway Radio, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you on the next trade.